Oh, but it says offline.
Shut the fuck up.
It does. I'm looking at
Did
it.
I-
It says live stream offline.
Did I ask you?
No, but I'm telling you.
There. It's delayed. I can see it.
No, it's still... nope, that is not actually what's really playing. Cool, it is up there.
All right, let's see if anybody...
And I'm
joins
the
us.
only one waiting.
Heck yeah.
Not anymore, bitch. Oh, I should probably... Oh, yeah, my sound's off.
Is that mine?
Airplane
Do
mode.
you guys hear that?
Activated.
I'm gonna quit my email.
Turn mine off too.
Oh yeah, I should too.
Do not
Cool.
disturb.
Hopefully nobody texts me for the link. Oh, shit, Jesus Christ.
Shit. Ed, did you send the links to everybody?
Yeah, I sent it to a lot of people on Insta.
Okay. You guys know anybody?
Instaham.
Oh, I let a few people know who I've recommended you guys to.
Hell yeah.
I always promote you guys. Come on now.
Let's see if they join. But for now, we can watch this.
What? Hey, is that you,
Yeah.
Bubba?
It's Bubba.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at that tongue.
Oh.
And now we just hang out for a minute.
Yeah.
And then when we have people, we start it. That's interesting.
The real way to
What's
tell
that?
if we've actually made it is if we manage to get more than 3 people that tune in for the entire episode as compared to last year.
Whoops. Hey, how's the stream look on your side?
Oh, I
It's
just
kinda-
closed it. I can pull it up.
Really
I
looking
mean, you have
weird on my
like
side.
a minute and a half to... Whoa, what the fuck? What? Oh.
What is this?
It's a show.
Spoopy stuff.
Oh.
Extra spooky. Oh my god. Somebody's watching. It's me.
Oh my god. Look at
Uh,
that. 2 playbacks. 1 concurrent viewer.
I mean, it's like it looks shitty. Do you want me to...
No, it's supposed to look shitty.
Yeah, no. Like, frame rate wise, it's good.
The frame rate's okay?
Yeah, do you want me to see if I can hear us?
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Just don't play it out. Watch your ears. No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to do anything.
It's not like plugging in the mic last week.
Oh my. Yeah, now we just chill
Yeah.
out. We start in a couple of minutes.
Cool. I can hear it.
How do we have 3 playbacks?
Huh?
Nothing.
Do you guys have costumes for Halloween?
Yeah, I'm going to be a doctor.
Ah.
I just stole a lab coat from work. I'm going to have a mask on.
Gross.
so I can get on candy.
I don't miss wearing those.
I
right.
don't mind.
But they were so form-fitting for everyone, right?
I can see your nipples like crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I
That was
miss
the
that.
only thing I was form-fitting on.
I miss that.
My rock-hard titties. Oh, goodness. Well, it's 6. We do this, bitch?
In a minute.
Okay.
What's the, Fuck. Hey! Hey!
my
We have
ass.
3!
One of them's me.
Why are you watching it?
Also, I think that's views. That's the amount of people who
No,
opened the
concurrent
link.
viewers.
Oh, my God. 4.
There's
No, that's
4.
playbacks.
Oh.
Oh, my
You
God.
guys
We're 2.
don't... No. Concurrent viewers.
Yeah, no,
I know.
gonna-
I can't read it from
I
there.
think I know what's going on here.
We're just chilling out. Did you turn off the stream, Casey?
I'm taking the link so I can share it.
Thank you. Because now we're down to 2 concurrent viewers.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I don't,
no!
I don't have it
Can you
open,
share
so...
on your stuff, dude?
We're losing.
Do you want a link? I have
Yeah.
it. I can send it to you on it.
You should also...
And
the
I
thing.
will share it.
Yes, me too.
Okie dokie. AJ, it's just on the in the messages
What messages?
on Insta.
Oh, duh. I also am on that account.
Oh, what?
Weird.
You mean I'm not the only one running this shit?
Nah, sometimes.
There you go, Lacey.
Perfect.
God, that was a jack dude on my Instagram.
Was it a picture of not me
Exactly.
with abs painted on around my
No,
belly?
no, that fence picture.
Yeah, just wire separating them.
Okay, is this the link? That's the link. Copy
That's
text.
the one.
That's
Did you get it?
The winner.
Yeah, I got it.
Sweet.
I haven't even started locally recording.
I
Remind me to
figured.
do
I
that before we
figured. Yeah,
start.
I'll let you know. And when we finish, remind me to remove that link.
Hey, when we finish, remind me to. Never mind.
On my face.
Here, it's good for your skin.
I think that's an excuse.
That's always what
That
my
dude's-
uncle told me.
Yeah, same. Oh, let's see. Who else is in my list? Send it.
I basically just sent it to everyone that was in my list
I'm
from
gonna
Pressure
double send it.
Points.
I'm definitely.
Please
gonna
don't.
double send it.
Because there were some that I was
Ah.
just like, I'm just sending it just to send it to whoever.
No, I'm just sending it to on text, not instant.
Oh, I see.
Let's see if the Deejster's gonna watch. I'm gonna send it to your lady.
She won't watch it.
I know.
She's hanging out. But,
It's worth a shot.
yeah, she might pop in and then
Probably
lecture
not.
me about it later. How many
Oh.
times did you say the N-word, D?
Oh,
0, I
no.
promise!
oh no! I wish I was recording.
No, but
Let's see
everybody
my
else heard
cousin.
it.
There.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to
Hey,
send it
hey!
in.
Oh, we were at 3. Well, whoever the second person is, thank you. You can see that we were at 3 for a second, but that's okay.
Lacey just goes, it was me.
Yeah, it was. Accidentally clicked the link.
Oh my God, 5 people are watching. How many devices do we have it hold up on in the studio? 5? 4?
Oh, we're back to 3. We're back to 4.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
hello.
It's almost like people listen to us.
Oh my. I'll be monitoring the chat, so please. Oh, we're down to 3. I already scared him away. We're gonna start soon. Oh, 4. We're gonna start soon. We just want to give time for people to show up because this is fun. Should I send it to my conservative family members?
That depends on if you want your conservative family members to know about this.
I think some of them do. Because one of them follows me on Insta.
Do you have a cup?
No, we're drinking from the bottle.
Okay.
Did it ferment? We're drinking the pee-pee cider. 5 concurrent viewers! And the AC kicked on. This is great.
Perfect.
I'm going to try some of the pee-pee brew.
A little bit. Tastes a little stronger.
Did you share it? Bubs?
Ooh, that is good.
Not bad.
Pee-pee brew is
Yeah.
ready.
What's this?
Oh my
What's
gosh!
this one? Hey,
Look, that's bourbon.
I can't
They started
I can't
talking.
read it. I can't read it from
It's
here.
my cousin, your lady, and the Deedster. They're here.
He was talking shit on you, DJ.
No, I wasn't. And his name isn't DJ. It's the teacher. Should I invite my? I'm gonna invite my realtor. Just send a link.
I want my mortgage back.
Thanks for everything
AJ.
you've done.
All right. You guys ready?
Oh.
I'm
I can
ready.
keep running it. We can wait until a few more get in here.
I
Whatever
mean-
works. Start this bitch up. I don't really care.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that had audio on.
Oh my God.
Hey, Hayden, that second monitor is great. Are you gonna be a stream lord?
Oh, did he get it?
Oh,
baby.
yeah. Vertical.
That does look good. He's got them lined
Does.
up really well too.
Oh yeah. He's always good at that. Like
He's
attention
made
to
it.
detail shit.
He's made it.
He's made it. He's
That's
a stream
success.
lord. All right. 6 concurrent viewers. We've now beat our entire record for last year's live stream. Pack it in. We're closing down.
Thanks for tuning in, bitches. We out.
All right.
Good shit. Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, pop that.
All right.
Pop
We're going to
that
start
fucking
the...
pussy. Let's do this.
Don't ever talk to me again.
Wop.
WAP sponsored.
Who has the
I have it.
fucking thing? Okay.
I got it. All right. All-time high. Thought you were saying I was high. I'm like, no, I'm not. Okay.
Boom. Oh, yeah, it's the Halloween fucking special, bros. Get ready.
The Halloweener. Spooktacular.
Season 3,
4K.
episode, fucking,
It doesn't matter what
2030.
Colorized.
It's the Halloween Spectacular in 4K. We got Lacey in studio. Find us at Points O Pressure on Twitter and the Insta. Oh, that's a sick little drop. Get ready. It's going to fucking happen.
And then I'm just going to turn it off.
And it
Now
stops.
play
We'll
mine.
do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
That's AJ getting ready for the live stream today.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you for joining us, those that are here. AJ's watching the chat. We have, like I said, Lacey and her sweet little boy Bubba here
Bubba.
today.
What up,
Lawyer
what
in
up?
studio as well. It is a loaded, spicy, hot house.
It is loaded like my diaper.
Yeah.
Full to the brim.
Boy. That is a magical thought.
Oh, I hit the table. Sorry if you heard that.
So, how's your week? What
Oh,
happened
yeah,
this week?
I forgot that's how we always do
That's
that.
where, yeah.
I carved some pumpkins. Saw
The
the PP pumpkin.
The Blumpkins, yeah.
The
I
PPP,
did, yeah.
PP
It
pumpkin.
was cute.
It's pretty good. Oh,
Nice little guy.
for the people who are watching this live, what you're seeing, hopefully, this is just a collection of some weird ass shit like silent movies that we just looped together.
Some spoopy tunes.
Pretty spoopy.
Oh.
This is our face. That's us on the screen.
Yeah, this is our legit face reveal as of now.
Oh yeah.
Lacey, how's your week?
It's good. Got hit on by some 18-year-olds.
Ooh,
Other than
18
that-
in quotation marks.
Yeah, that's what they say,
It's-
you know.
18 and then a parentheses and it says underage question
Never
mark.
trust those kids, can you?
No, no.
What happened?
No, Dino's.
Oh, like with the kids?
Yeah, what'd he say?
All right.
Was he
said-
good? Was he smooth?
Kind of.
Was
I
he
mean,
hot?
he
Did
had
he
good
shave?
intentions. He had good intentions.
Was he cut?
Did he have a fat ass?
How thick was this underage
Had a
child
fat
we're
lip.
joking about?
Medium.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, so what happened? What did he say?
All right, well, I was doing my substitute thing up there, and he goes, Miss R, you should let me hit it. I'm 18, you won't catch a case. And I said, I said, I'm very flattered, but you are an 18-year-old 11th grader, so I don't think we really need to go down that road.
Your
Yeah.
boldness at that age is not of my type.
So
Sorry,
I
I'm
love
allergic.
this. From the comments, Lacey is a girl, major turnoff. And I totally agree. This is
Gross.
Dude
I
Ranch.
thought this was boy time.
This is
Big boy time. Oh God. So back to me, most importantly,
Back
and
to
then we'll
you.
do
Yeah,
we'll
how's
do
your-
a
how's your
we'll do a
week?
little intro for you, Lacey. So,
All right.
as usual, nothing happened. What? The what?
What? What was that?
A
Why?
random cat.
Why is this? What is happening? Why are you doing that?
I had our lawyer download more sound bites,
God.
Halloween sound bites.
Halloween sound bites. You better use all of them up right now, so that they're not worth it the rest of the episode.
You hear that door creak?
No, I didn't actually.
What? Why not?
Yeah, I fucking heard it.
I
Oh,
forgot that two people
God.
in here don't have microphones.
Headphones.
oh, here we go. This is just you.
When we first started, yeah, I'm
That's
all
lovely.
about
Did
it.
you make that by yourself?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so
Oh,
proud.
no, there's an ad.
He recorded
oh, no.
me. He recorded me before. He recorded me before I truly knew.
Oh yeah. What about this mummy?
That's also me.
Oh, it just loops. I just realized. Ooh, that.
Can we
ad
talk about
popped
me
up.
for a second?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Jesus. So, I have been getting an obscene amount of phone calls from like insurance agencies, and my not so new car that I bought in July is now hitting its like warranty is going to be maxed out at its 10 years. So I'm getting calls out the ass like, do you know about your car's warranty? Yeah, I know. You guys called like yesterday and the day before and the day before. Like, Christ. So I'm also getting regular telemarketers. And today I'm sitting there with my girlfriend and my phone rings. Same thing. I go, like, I just let it sit. And then they go, hello? And I just yell, what? Into my phone. And they hang up.
Okay, solid.
Now, the next call rings. And she turns to me. She's like, are you going to be a dick again? I go, yes. Answer it. And I hear the stupid thing that's like, oh, you want a brand new Ford Explorer. Also, like a trip to Maui or whatever. Press 1 to speak to a representative to redeem your award. So I press 1 and put it on speaker. And this dude comes on and he goes, hello? this is Bill with names this company. Whatever. I didn't know
Bill
what the fuck it
Smith
was.
from America
Yeah.
Enterprises.
And he goes, "Is this D I'm speaking with?" And I'm like, "I am so excited." And he's just like, "Yes, excite? How excite?" And I go, 100,000 excite. And he goes, "Only?" And I'm like, I go, 1 million excite. And he goes, "Only?" I was like, "Yeah, that's my max." And I go, like, there's just dead silence for like 30 seconds. And I go, Bill, are you still there, Bill? He's like, "I am here. How excited are you?" I was like, "I just said 1 million." And then he hung up on me. He hung up. I was so upset. But yeah, I was thrilled. Fuck Bill and his fake ass name. Stupid bitch. Don't ever call me again, Bill.
Bill!
1 million excite.
So I just found my favorite soundbite so far. Bees!
I told you you're gonna use all of them before we even
this
get
just
to the
keeps
end of the
going.
episode. So
We're just gonna record the rest of the episode like this.
I will stop this.
I love how well that sound goes with what's going on right now on screen.
Yeah, that it's still running as well. That you can see it running.
Yes, the girlfriend is definitely blown up from the chat.
What the fuck? Lacey,
Yes.
who are you? Where did you come from? Where are you going?
You can be as
Tell us a little
specific
bit about
or not
yourself.
as you want.
Huh. Well, I'm from here.
Perfect.
I don't know where I'm going.
Perfect.
And last time I checked, I'm pretty sure I came from my mom.
Money.
Mm.
Didn't we all?
That's
Am I right? Didn't we all,
Oh,
everyone?
yeah.
That's the spiel I have.
Solid.
Well, not bad. So, those of you who didn't listen to last year's special, Lacey is the one we spoke about that did the little drawings. She had a little sleep paralysis. I think that was in the
Yes.
sleep paralysis episode as well. But yeah, she is one of the most eccentric people I've ever met in my life.
In a
Like
good
the
way.
coolest fucking stories ever. So, real quick,
Yes.
tell me about when you had a gun in your face.
Oh, yeah, we gotta
my
start
God.
with
Because we'll get into Halloween. That shit will come
Yeah.
when it gets
I mean,
here.
this is terrifying.
yeah,
So
but
it is
this is the
Halloween.
coolest shit.
Oh yeah, this will set up her entire
Yeah,
character.
Lacey almost dying is my favorite thing to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently,
Definitely a one kind of person thing. Well, it was actually in my first apartment. We were in the basement, and so when you're in the basement, the windows are pretty ground level. You know, you can just kind of like hop in and out pretty easy. But the way my roommate's room was set up is she had a mirror kind of propped up against the window, like girls have for vanities, you know. Anyways.
oh yeah, come close.
Okay. So we had a cat who would often go behind the mirror and knock everything over.
Oh, okay.
Well, at this
Like cats
time,
do.
we were kind of all just hanging out in the living room, and my roommate was in the shower, and I was hanging out with one of my friends, and we hear everything fall over, and we're like, "Oh, that fucking cat again!" And so we go into
That
the
dumb
room,
pussy.
and there's these two dudes standing there with just like guns, and I thought it was my friends. And so they have the gun pointed at my head, and so I smacked it, and I was like, "Get that shit out of my face! Like, you're fucking dumb." And then he's just kind of like took a step
Who did you think he
back.
was?
I thought he was just my friends, because my friends, it was like right around Halloween time, and
So it is a spooky story.
Oh, it
you
is.
know, like-
do they usually just like fuck with you like
yeah,
that?
they were just assholes.
Oh, okay.
And
Christ.
they had on like the purge mask. So I really couldn't see their face, and I thought they were just like those fake guns that you just buy, you know, because it's Halloween time.
Because you fuck with Lacey.
And so they put it in my face, and I hit it, and I was like, "Oh, that shit felt kind of heavy." And I was like, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Gunman. I'm just gonna leave now."
Oh no!
And mind you, my roommate's in the shower. She has no idea what the fuck's going on. Meanwhile, me and her friend are just running out the house, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta go get my roommate." And so I'm going back into the house like the dumb person I am, and I go to the bathroom to get her, and she's like, "No, let's just stay here." And I'm like, "We're gonna die."
I'm naked and wet. I'm not getting out of the shower.
I'm not gonna
don't
die
have a
yet.
choice.
I will die by the fucking flow of this shower.
And
Oh,
nothing
no.
ever happened, and I'm very surprised because like 2 weeks later down the road there was a home invasion case where people actually did get shot.
Probably the same
Jeez.
guy.
And I'm like, I'm wondering if it's the same guys, because I was very lucky
Oh my
considering the
God.
circumstances, just being this, you know, little college girl thinking she's grown living on her own.
Oh god. Oh no.
And then here comes Billy Badass, you know, get that shit out of my face.
Billy
Like, it's,
badass.
God damn.
Oh Jesus. So if that is not example enough to how incredible Lacey's life is. Oh, Lord.
I know which one. We'll smoothly transition to... Lacey, do you cook raw meat?
Oh, gosh. Of course, Mr. AJ. We have to go down that road, huh?
Of course.
All right, guys. I promise I'm not dumb.
Only when it matters most.
Yes.
Anyways, so I, was at the store doing the grocery shopping, and I happened to buy meat that was spoiled, I guess you
raw.
could say. Raw. It was raw meat, but it was spoiled.
Did you get it from, like, Dollar General?
No, I got it from Wayne's Guards.
No.
Like, that's where people buy meat. It's like Wayne's Guards.
I was going to
Is
say
it?
Family Dollar.
Family Dollar, yes.
Wait. People buy meat from Wayne's Guards?
Yeah.
So what the
Oh, wait,
fuck?
okay.
Not Walgreens.
I was thinking Walgreens. Who's the dumb one in the room this time? I was thinking Walgreens. I was like, why the fuck are you buying your meat from a pharmacy?
They got that special.
And two,
What-
why
Get
wouldn't you
your birth
choose
control,
Rite Aid?
Get your meat.
Why not Rite Aid? What's wrong with the Walmart pharmacy, huh?
Huh? There's a Target pharmacy. No,
Yeah.
that's
it wasn't
bougie.
a
That's
pharmacy
bougie.
after all.
So what is Wayne's Guards? I've never even heard of
Yes,
that.
true.
It
I have
was
no
like
idea.
an old people store. It's not around anymore. It was kind of
Like
like
a Big Lots?
Yeah, but this was a grocery store.
Okay.
Okay, I
So
was
like
like,
Kmart for food.
It's like Smith's, but for old.
oh, okay.
So you
So-
get like reading glasses that are an inch thick?
Yes.
Albertsons,
Ah,
Smiths.
yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
those-
like just a grocery store,
Yeah.
but a big one,
Kind of smell funny, but
Oh, the best.
just like our studio.
Yes. So far, so good.
yeah, it's all right.
The sniff sound.
That's not a sound effect. That's just
So, you buy your meat from a reputable grocery
Yeah,
store.
'cause, like, they
Allegedly.
have good
Okay.
meat prices, and when you gotta feed a family, it's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Anyways, it went out of business, but
Immediately after this.
Because of this event.
I had a thing of hamburger, and I'm home, and I open it, and we notice it's blue. As scary as that sound was.
And that was the blue dripping off the
Yes.
Oh,
And I had
God.
another one, and I'm like, I'm gonna go return this. That's nasty. And so I go into the store, and I find a sales associate, and I'm like, hey, I need to return this meat. And she's like, okay, why? And I'm like, because it's raw. And
Because it's raw?
she said, yeah, because it's raw. I meant to say raw, and I said raw. And she looks at me, and she goes, okay. And I'm like, yeah, it's gross. I don't want it. She says, how do you normally buy your meat? I said, not raw.
From McDonald's, bitch. Cooked.
She said, oh, damn it. She looks at me and she goes, did you try to cook it? I said, who cooks raw meat?
Oh, no. Oh, God.
That's fucking gross.
She's like, what, do you eat raw meat? What the fuck is wrong with
I said,
you?
who eats raw meat? I said, do you eat raw meat? That is so gross.
Oh.
And she just looks so just mad and just confused. And I'm just as confused as she is. I'm like, I don't want it. It's raw.
Oh, God. That's amazing.
And she's trying to get me to explain. And I'm like, it's raw. What aren't you understanding?
We should have gotten the Gordon Ramsay. It's raw.
Damn it!
We fucked
Indian
up.
sandwich.
This is raw. Oh, no.
And she just looks at me and she's like, do you mean rotten? And I'm like, yes,
Well,
rotten.
I have heard this story 100 times, and I lose my shit
This is
every time.
my first time hearing it. That is
Oh.
amazing.
So good.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Imagine being that woman. You're like, what the fuck is this lady's problem?
And as much as I complain about dumb people,
They're just like, bitch, figure it the fuck out.
for
Oh,
me to
man.
be that person,
Oh.
Too good. So,
it was a great time.
That's fantastic.
as we said, Halloween episode. What you got, AJ?
Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I wasn't ready.
Yeah, you got more than me, I think. So
Well, yeah. So
might as well
I'm
you
just
make you start and end.
My research is really in depth, let's say. I
Really intimate.
found a Reddit thread that has a very interesting
Oh, okay.
topic.
Verified sources. I like it.
Of course. Independently verified source. So it's hikers and backpackers of Reddit. What is the weirdest or creepiest thing you have found while hiking? And then everybody just responds and throws in their stories. So I just want to talk about some of these because I love hiking and camping, and I've told some stories about hiking and there's been some kind of creepy shit, but it was probably dehydration, hypothermia. But these are some actual creepy things. So, let's see, where was it? So, this is a creepy one. I was backpacking in Yellowstone above the tree line at about 10,500 feet. We were hiking on a ridge above a lake when all of a sudden we come across a horse skull. We get to our campsite not far away from the lake, near where we found the horse skull. When we climbed down to the lake, we found the body of a horse rotting on the edge of the lake.
What the fuck?
With negative film strips just floating in the water around it and on the shore.
What the fuck?
They had to. I think they took out the witness and destroyed the evidence. They had to behead that horse.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I read ahead on this one a little bit. The skull was it was just a skull. There wasn't any skin or really anything on it, but the body was still actively decomposing in water. So that's kind of weird. That usually doesn't line up. Like you'd think the thing floating in water is decomposed faster, but
Jesus, how far away was the head? Like
it was like up above
the Jesus.
So like it was a ways.
That sounds so gross.
I want to give these people credit and say that they beheaded the horse up on the ridge, and then they hiked the entire I don't know how much a fucking horse weighs. Enough to break the ice. 500 pounds is my guess. They hiked that shit all the way down. I'm giving them credit. Good for them. Yeah, I'm impressed. Color me impressed.
All right, what do you got?
What do I have? So, a few years ago, this guy by the name of Kenny Ife in London, his dad reported that he started getting really aggressive towards family members. And I mean, this family was kind of well known. They were, some of them were in marketing, others were, over charities. Mm-hmm. And this kid he starts acting really weird around his family because they're these really odd offhand Christians. But I mean, most Christians are offhand already. If you believe in Jesus, you're a fucking freak.
As we're watching Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, that's Jesus right there. So at one point he ends up biting his dad. His dad's like, "What the fuck is going on?" So they tie him to his bed. They put handcuffs on him, lock him to his bed, and tie him up with fucking cable ties. And they're like, this kid is fucking possessed by the devil. Mind you, at one point he had reached into his boxers, was grabbing... Oh, another Amber Alert again. We're getting another...
No, that was my doorbell.
Oh, I thought that was the alert we got earlier. That's like, hey, no more than 10 people. And we're like, yeah, we'll do 6 today. At one point he had reached into his boxers and was grabbing his dick and goes, "I'm going to cut off my penis." And I'm sure at that point, if I were a father, if I ever wanted to be a father, I'd be like, we're going to tie you up because that's not okay. I'm not going to handle this well. Now they tie him up and he's just starting to talk about fucking the mark of the beast, 666, all this shit. And they're like, yo, our son is possessed. Now, Lacey.
Yes.
If you had a kid or one of your students does that in class. No, not class because it's different. Let's say a family member. So a family member starts doing that. You've restrained them. They're tied to the bed, whatever. Would you call the police?
Probably.
Okay. Well, apparently you think differently from the Ife family because the Ifes were like, this is a domestic dispute. This isn't something that needs the police. We've got this. Let's call our minister instead.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, that guy's going to solve all the problems. So they call their minister. Minister is all oh, yeah, just go in there, pray, just be around him, make sure you're praying around him. Just kind of do your own, DIY at home. Oh, my God. Sweet Tea is in studio.
There's probably no room for that, but...
Oh, my God.
Hello, everybody.
Sweet Tea, get over here and say
Lean into the
hello.
microphone.
Lean into the fucking
Sweet
mic.
Tea's
Give me a
here,
sweet
and
little
he brought
hug.
us cake,
We're
and I don't
bringing
know why.
everybody
There's
on.
some candies. Oh, just coming to say hi. Bringing AJ. Yes, he has a mother.
I do?
And yes, it's her birthday today.
Heck yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, so there's some cake for everybody.
Happy birthday, my mother.
Yay.
Well, thank you for the cake.
Yeah, you bet. You guys keep doing your thing. I just wanted to come by and say hi. So.
All right. Hey.
I got to get a piece of this action.
Hold on.
What?
Sit
Whoa,
down
whoa,
again. You got any spooky stories you can just lay on us real quick?
Oh, let's see.
I'll just lean into the other side of the mic like this.
Oh, that doesn't sound weird, does it?
That's really cute. Oh, let me do a
Step
spooky
up
sound
to me.
effect that he's not going to be able to
I
hear.
won't be able to hear.
I
I
here
can
we go.
imagine.
That's chains rattling. Are you
It
scared?
just sounds like my keys.
It was like forks.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, this sound would have terrified me as a child. This music used to terrify me.
Oh, yeah. You've told the story about the skeleton under your bed.
Yeah.
That would say,
It's time for a nightmare.
time for a nightmare every night, and then
Just
you'd have
pick me
night
up.
terrors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
What
night.
a pussy.
I know. Such a wiener. Ow, I've got all these stories. I just never think of them when I need to. That's why I make a
Exactly.
list, but they're long, and I gotta go pick up your mother some dinner for her birthday, and we're gonna watch pornography, and then
Yes, of course.
Fuck yeah.
yeah, we're gonna
Yeah, that's when I'm coming over,
you
right?
know.
Make another AJ.
Too late for that.
Don't
we're
worry,
elderly.
he's all dried out.
God. Oh well, it saves on socks. All right, see you guys
Things on
later.
socks.
We'll have you on
All
next
right.
year.
Everybody's saying hi in the chat. Too.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
They love you. They're the only You're the only reason that they listen. They're like, oh, we're just waiting for another Sweet Tea episode.
Well, have one soon because I've got lots of stories.
We'll get you on, I promise.
All right.
Take care, everybody.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so I family. They don't call the cops. They're like, our minister will handle this. We're going to just pray in front of Kennedy. What's up?
Question.
Yeah.
Is this the same story that The Exorcist of Emily Rose is based around?
The fact that I did my research on this today, I'm not sure. Maybe.
So I just want to point out that I was going to cover that story, and then Mysterious
Oh.
Universe covered it today. Again. Taking my steam.
I don't think so because this was more recent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think that this is the same because it happened in like, I think 2016 maybe.
Oh, then probably
That
not.
movie
Yeah.
was like,
So,
And the actual event happened a long time ago.
yeah.
Like the 20s or 30s or something?
It was.
I can't remember.
oh yeah,
All right,
definitely
sorry,
not
we
the
just
same thing.
completely
Yeah,
derailed.
no, you're good. So they're giving him water, like they'll walk up and pour water in his face, which I like to think that they were waterboarding him every once in a while. His brother that was younger was
Minor
like,
waterboarding.
he's just like, man, this piece of shit, and just waterboards him. He's like, oh yeah, Dad, I promise, I was giving him water. So, by the third day, his father's like, he's looking really dehydrated. Son, go get him some water. So, son goes and gets water, comes back. Brother is fucking dead. They didn't get the demons out of him. They fucked up.
Oh, no.
So,
Oh, no.
oh my God, my fucking backlight on my laptop is not long enough. So, then the family was like, now maybe we should call someone. So, honestly, I feel like the best way to help someone is call the police after that person has died.
Yeah, I
when
was just
they're
gonna say that.
clearly going through mental illness. So police show up. They're like, what happened here? Why is there a dead body chained and tied to a bed?
And
And
waterboarded.
Just
why
soaked in
is he
water.
dehydrated?
But also soaked.
And so they
One big hole in the lip, I guess.
right, really, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? So initially the entire family was charged with manslaughter, but they ended up clearing the charges. And in court, the brother comes out and he says, yeah, I honestly think that he was suffering from a manifestation of lack of sleep. And it's like, then why the fuck
Okay,
did you
doctor.
just keep praying? Why didn't you
gotta
call
pray to
someone? Oh, man. Honestly, we need to get their lawyer. That guy he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Great.
No offense, lawyer. We'll just have a team of them.
Yeah, your head lawyer.
Oh,
Which means,
Lord.
you know exactly what that means.
Head lawyer.
waitress.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
All right, Lacey, what you got? What's up?
anything spooky?
Yeah.
Well, lately I've been having really, really bad sleep paralysis, but this
Oh,
one is
God.
different than one I've ever experienced.
Oh, okay, because you were a kid when it very first started,
Yeah,
right?
I was a kid, and then again when I was like going into college. But recently, because he went on a business trip last week, so I was alone.
Damn, fancy boat.
Nice, Bubba. Get it.
And and I was like sleeping on the couch because I don't like sleeping by myself because, you know, I'm scared of the dark and everything that's in it.
Well, I honestly do not blame you. If I had guns in my face, saw like people that weren't there when I was a kid, yeah, I'd probably be afraid of the dark as well.
Speaking of the friend that I seen when I was a kid, when I got my tarot cards read, they said that I have just this presence that just has attached itself to me since I was a kid, and he just follows me around.
Ooh.
Which really put a lot of things into perspective, especially coming up with this newer sleep paralysis story. But I was sleeping on the couch and I woke up and there was like an old man in the corner. Which is
just furiously masturbating, or
I wish.
That's what I would do.
Unfortunately.
It turns out it was D with a mask. Can't do this at elementary schools anymore. I might as well do it at Lacey's house.
It's as close to kids as I can get now.
Oh, yes, it was him. No. But it was a man that I've seen before, but I've never seen his face. And
Ooh, okay.
I closed my eyes and then I opened him and he was just like so close to my face I could feel his breath on me.
Ooh.
And he looked just gray. Like, if you've ever seen The Corpse Bride, Tim Burton, kind of like that color and just had the deepest, just blackest eyes I've ever seen.
I was going to ask about the eyes. Were they bigger than normal?
Yeah, they were. And they were just black. And he was
Damn.
just smiling and it was the creepiest thing ever. And then go on to the next night, it happens again, and I see him in the corner, and I close my eyes, and then I hear a voice in my head that's not my voice. It says, "Don't open your eyes."
Oh, no, fuck no, I'm
And
out.
to hear a voice in your head that's not yours, I don't know what's scarier because, you know, it's your head. It should only be your voice in there. And to hear a random voice you've never heard before in your entire life say, "Don't open your eyes."
Oh, fuck that
At that point,
noise.
like, what do you do? Do you listen to the voice, or do you just look at the old man staring in the corner?
I don't like that.
So, have you ever heard that voice before?
No.
I'm going to diagnose you right now.
No. I have a question.
Yes.
Was it the same dude that you saw when you were sleeping on your couch in the reflection of the TV?
No, those look more like shadow people.
So it was more than a shadow person.
He had features.
Ugh.
There was more to him than
Yes.
just blackness.
Like, he had
Darkness.
features. He had a
Whoops.
face. I could see, like, his facial hair. It was just, like, white facial hair. You could, like, feel him, like, breathing in
Ooh.
you. Which is just off. It was just the worst
So-
experience I've ever had as far as sleep paralysis has gone.
Jesus,
And
man.
I've been cuddled by demons.
How long ago was that?
Last week.
Oh!
That's when Bubba was
Jesus.
gone.
Wait, that's really weird, because last week I had a weird dream. I don't have sleep paralysis. I've never, well, I probably had it once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
And last week I fell asleep on my couch because I was tired as shit after
I was
work.
on my couch, too.
And
It's the couch man.
you won't
The
laugh when he kills you.
The couch bitch. He's coming for you.
So my dream was, it was really convoluted, and I can't remember a lot of it now, but I knew I was dreaming, and I dreamed that I woke up with sleep paralysis. You're the worst.
I'm getting ready for some good
Oh, yeah.
stories.
So I dreamed that I had sleep paralysis, and I saw this thing standing, like, it was as if I was awake, but I knew I was still asleep, hopefully. And down towards my feet, there was just this huge, probably like 6'5", bulky thing. Its clothes were kind of
Like a Mucinex monster?
No, it was actually
was
me on
human-
stilts.
it was human form.
Furiously masturbating
Yes.
over him once again,
Damn,
as
so
usual.
You stay out of our houses?
Stop!
Stop
Who
giving
gave you a key?
Stop giving me keys.
I need someone to feed my fish.
Stop inviting me
But,
in.
yeah, but it didn't have a face. It was just white.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a hat on. And its clothing was just like a cowl up to its neck, down to about just below the knees. And
Oh,
I didn't really
jeez.
see anything beyond that. And I could see it at the end, but I could feel hands on my arms.
Oh, yeah.
And then I woke up.
Oh.
But I was still dreaming.
Like you woke up in your dream?
Well, I woke up in my dream.
No.
And I was like, okay, I'm awake now, walking around my house, and I can feel the gut feeling of that thing again in my dream, and then I woke up,
Oh, that sounds
but I was
horrible.
still dreaming.
Fuck that.
I
Fuck-
had
you guys
like
have horrible
like
dreams.
3 false awakenings, and I've never had those before, and I never want them again because that's fucking horrific.
What is it called when you're asleep but you can do stuff in your dreams?
Lucid dreaming.
Lucid dreaming.
Mhm.
I've been working on that, and it's
Why
fun.
would you
I've done it
do that
before.
on purpose?
Because you can. So imagine like when you're having a dream, you know that feeling that you can't run.
Yeah, like
that
when
you're
you
like
fight,
you're like, oh, I'm running away.
Slow-mo.
yes.
Lucid dreaming, you can prevent that, and you choose what's happening. It's like you put yourself in a dream state and you're able to like handle things a little bit better. Obviously, you don't have like full control over everything, but like I've kind of been working on it. The biggest thing is you have to like keep track of like a dream journal. I don't do that. I don't write anything
Do
down.
you wake
I
up
don't-
more tired?
No, not really.
No?
Because your
Honestly,
body's still
yeah.
resting.
Yeah, honestly, it's more so that like my dreams are just a lot more vivid. So, this wasn't recently. This is like I have really heavy stress dreams. So I don't
It's
get
'cause
like
you're always fucking stressed.
no, not so much anymore, but like last year before I went to Germany, I was so fucking stressed out about money and I was in hell.
Yeah.
And I was having really, really, really vivid dreams. So, I had a dream at one point where I was told to marry an old coworker, and I did not want to marry her. Should I say? I can say the person she's married to, their name. She's married to Jace. So
Okay.
I was like, why the fuck? Like, and I was pissed in my dream. And my dad comes over and he's like pep talking me. He's like, no, this is okay, D. You can do it. Like, you should do this. This is okay. And my girlfriend was right there. She's like, she was just pissed. And I was like, no, I don't want to fucking marry her. No. So the constituency with it was the only way that I didn't have to marry her was if I could jump over a pool. And I was like, lucid dreaming, kick the fuck in right now. And I did, and I didn't have to marry her. It was fantastic.
Oh, hooray.
But yeah, I don't really have like experiences like you guys, probably because I avoid spirituality at like its core.
Yeah.
But yes, I would say look into lucid dreaming because you might be able to handle it a little bit further, but it's also terrifying because you see scary things. So
Yeah.
maybe don't.
No,
It's
I'm
up
not
to you.
really
It depends on
scared
if
of
you
dark places.
want to be in a horror movie within your own mind.
Oh, so Freddy Krueger real life.
Yeah, exactly.
I've told a lot of the stories of my weird sleep stuff on the sleep experience
Yeah.
episode, which is fantastic. But the first time I like lucid dreamed or whatever you want to call it, I remember I was doing the one method to induce lucid dreaming is you lay there completely still. You try to get rid of any twitches, your eyes don't move, and it's basically trying to trick your body, your brain into thinking your body is asleep, so it starts to dream. That's the concept behind it in a very basic way. So I was doing that. Most of the time I can't do it because I just fall asleep. It's also like a good meditation. But I was laying there, and all of a sudden there was like a whoosh, and I am looking down at myself asleep, and I was on a futon, but I was too lazy because I was a damn teenager, so it was up as a couch, but I was sleeping on it. And I was just looking down at myself, and around my body were just cracks, like as if I was sleeping on concrete.
Oh.
And white light was just pouring up out of them from under me. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? So I go and I, like, it was really weird because I was looking down, but my body still felt like it was in the position that I was sleeping in. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I could feel the bed underneath me. I could feel where my arms were.
It was
So
almost like gravity was pulling you up, but you were looking at yourself.
I was
from the
looking at
ceiling.
myself, but I could still feel myself sleeping.
Okay, yeah.
So I just instinctually went, what the fuck is that? And brought my hand out and, like, put it on the bed next to me. And I saw myself do that. And then I was in my body and then I woke up.
Fuck no.
And
Yeah,
for like
thank you.
3 seconds after I woke up, the cracks were still there and then they just faded.
Lazy's
Like,
like,
what the fuck?
Nah, I'm not lucid dreaming. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, no, it's
so
terrifying.
I have like a 7-hour thing that I play nightly. So
7-hour thing.
if you guys are ever intrigued to listen to something really fucking weird to fall asleep to, look up Jeff Bridges.
Listen to our podcast.
Yeah, that. But look up Jeff Bridges sleep tapes.
Jeff Bridges sleep tapes?
Yeah,
that sounds,
yeah.
That sounds calming.
It's calming, but it's like
Is he doing his cowboy
eerie.
voice?
Who's
no,
that?
he's just talking. Have you seen have you seen The Big Lebowski?
No.
Okay, that's why I wasn't going to offer that one. But if anyone else is wondering who it is, it's the dude in The Big Lebowski.
His name is
any
the
of the
dude.
Iron Man, well, the first Iron Man?
No.
Oh, God.
Here, I'm just going to pull him up and I'll show him to you. But he has a very, like, calming voice. And my fingers were off a little bit there. And he just talks weird as fuck. Oh, I spelled his name wrong somehow. Oh, Jim, not Jim Bridges. Jesus Christ. Why?
His
Why?
name's Jim
What
Bridges.
the fuck was the point of that?
His name was Jim Bridges.
Jim.
You get so angry when I play that.
I hate that
That's
one.
why I keep playing.
Yeah,
Okay,
super sweet
yes.
old guy.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I play that, and then I have another one that actually is a lucid dreaming where it's like, hey,
Like
relax
self-guided
your
thing.
fingertips up into your forearms and all that.
Oh, you gotta send me that.
Yeah. I'll just share the whole thing with you because he puts me to sleep like a motherfucker. Then I replay his sleep tapes, and then it plays like calming music for like fucking 5 hours, whatever. But that's what I feel like just kicks my dreams into like
Gear.
overdrive. Yeah, it's amazing. But I don't. If I were in your shoes, I'd be like, "That's cool. Fuck off. I'm not doing it."
I'm gonna end up kickboxing a demon or something.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, at least you'd be able to.
True. Yeah. It
Oh,
does give you a
goodness.
tool to fight back.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
No thanks.
Dreams are spooky.
You're missing out.
No,
I'm
I
kidding.
really don't think so though.
This is our Halloween dream episode.
God damn it! It always ends up.
We always
this way.
shift. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You just don't realize like how common sleep paralysis is until you
Yeah.
really start talking about it though.
Yeah,
Because I feel like
it's
a lot of people
crazy.
deal with it and they're just like, oh, I'm just having really fucked up dreams. That's all it is.
I just have like really goofy fucked up dreams.
Oh, there used to be an app that was like had like 1 million downloads or something in its beta form, just to test it. And it was basically an app that could tell when you woke up. So it would send you a little alert a couple minutes after you woke up and say, "Did you have any dreams? Write them down here."
Ooh,
Like a
I
good
should
idea.
Get that. That sounds amazing.
And then it would compare it, like Shadow Man, Hat Man, or
oh,
Disaster,
nice.
or you create tags, and then it would suggest the tags based on what you typed. And the entire idea was, let's see if we can like predict world events,
Huh.
because a lot of people will have like before it's related to
Multiple people
Mothman
will have
sightings. Multiple
linked
people will
dreams.
have dreams of nuclear bombs going off in Chicago
Yeah.
or things like that. Like they'll dream of a city being destroyed, and then Mothman is seen.
Huh.
My
or-
sister, she actually, when she dreams sometimes, she'll see things that happen, and if she doesn't speak about it, then it doesn't happen. But if she says something to somebody, then it happens.
Awesome.
It's
Interesting.
such a
Can she
weird
dream about
thing.
us making $1 million?
She like
And
yeah
then
yeah
tell
we
us about
just we just fucking recommended we're like, hey, so real quick, D and AJ need a hookup.
Yeah.
Because like my mom's boyfriend, one time he was on the run, and I guess he was getting shot at by cops, and she had a dream that he got shot, and then he comes home and he's like, I actually almost did get shot. And I
Ooh,
was like, oh,
fuck that.
that is like the weirdest thing ever. She's kind of an odd cookie, but I love her so much.
Is that Turtle?
Yes, that's true.
Text your sister, get her over here.
Get her over here. Come on.
She doesn't drive. She's SpongeBob.
We're scrapping the Halloween idea. We're just talking about dreams
And Lacey's family.
and Lacey's family.
My
Yeah,
family is all fucked up.
All right. You want me to go?
yeah. Hit me with it.
Good transition here.
Hit me with
So this was a dude-
shot.
Shut up. This was a dude and his girlfriend. They were hiking the Appalachian Trail. Not doing the through hike, just like fucking around up there. Which is a great hike. One day we'll do. No, we won't. We're too big. We're too thick for that. So they were hiking, and they just come across in the middle of nowhere a very large brass eagle on a stump, like a little statue.
This sounds like
And I
a.
said little statue, but it's like a big statue.
It sounds like a
bust.
video game. They found. They
They
found.
found the collectible.
Yeah, they found the collectible item.
Exactly.
Totem.
Just when you finish life, you've completed 100%. You're set.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, that's fucking weird. They keep walking down the trail, and they keep finding weird shit, like statues or like a soda can or, stuff like that. So, I already lost my place. I should probably bring my...
It
Phone up
looks
here.
like you're sounding far away, by the way.
I'm sounding far away.
I think it's because your mic is turned the wrong. Like your mic is turned like you're usually facing your
that
screen,
better?
but you're now facing
Ah.
Lacey, so you're probably speaking into the wrong side,
Ah,
like the side of it. I
thank
could be
you
wrong.
for telling me.
Yeah, thank you, Laura. Lara, not Laura.
How fucking dare
I'm
you?
so
You get the
sorry.
fuck away.
I'll give you your what was it that I took the nutcracker
Yeah.
that is outside my apartment. You tried to
Okay.
call my bluff, but it's by my door.
So, they're just hiking. That night, they stop by at a shelter. There are shelters all along this trail. And they're just hanging out, like you do when you're camping. You make some coffee, you chill the fuck out, and you unwrap your bloody feet.
Whoa, what? Pause.
Huh?
What the fuck?
From blisters. My feet are constantly bleeding, so that's just...
Oh, God, Jesus. Things I don't need to know about AJ, but I like to know about AJ. Part 17.
Everything just bleeds.
He always told me about his awfully dry skin.
Oh, yeah.
This is true. I know, yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah, he's just
It's even worse now.
He's my big old dandruff ball.
See, it's perfect. It's perfect because you're so moist and I'm so dry.
Jesus.
We're yin and yang.
Yin
Okay,
and
sorry,
yang.
but back to the story. I keep getting sidetracked. So they're at the shelter, and this old, disheveled man walks up to their camp. And he's got a walking stick with a baby doll on the end of it.
What the hell?
What? He found the other collectible. He put it on the end of his stick.
So it's just them and this random dude. And it's a 2-tiered level, so like they're on the top bunk kind of thing, and he's on the bottom one. And he just starts telling stories in the middle of the night about how he used to drive a cab in New Orleans and how he did not mind if people had sex in the back of his cab because he could watch in the mirror.
Oh my God.
What a sweet guy.
Yeah, so
Honestly, I would love for him to drive me around Vegas. If you don't know the reference, you all should check out our Patreon. What was that?
You guys can both just vigorously masturbate in people's corners together.
Yes. That's going to be the new episode. Because we're just going to put the mics ball level.
But I swear, reading this now, this is like my third time reading this story. He was definitely asking them to have sex so he could watch.
Yeah,
he
go
was
for
definitely
it.
Hinting.
I like to think he's like, so when I was a taxi driver, people would fuck in my back seat. And like honestly, I don't mind if people do. Like I just watch.
If you want.
So I mean, like if you guys are, if you guys are feeling it, this has happened to me before. But if you guys want to fuck, like, it won't be weird.
It won't be.
And 60-year-old D is like, yeah, promise it'll be fine. Plus the baby at the end of my walking stick. It's totally a normal thing.
Yeah, it's completely normal. So there was another one.
It's future me.
Oh, look forward.
Two dudes, two bros, just broing it up. This was somewhere in the South. They were just going camping. Just took their truck out to the woods.
Oh, gee, picked up some Bud Light. Fucking
in the blue,
dicks.
And those the tall, thin ones.
You like
basically the Virginia Slims
my
of Budweiser.
76-inch lifted truck? No, actually, my halogen lights. Fuck you.
So they.
I'm not triggered at all.
No, not at all. They were just camping. Nightfall comes, and they can see fire like off in the distance, like another campground, and they see a lot of people over there.
That looks like a sick party, bro. You should head
so,
over.
So they seriously just walk
Chad.
over, and they say, "Hey guys, what's up?" And they're like, nothing. Come have a beer. Come hang out by the fire. And it's like 20 dudes.
Are they all KKK? I'm just thinking
it's not
of
KKK,
Red Dead.
Because that's what I thought first.
They're like, hey, what's up? They're like, not much. White power, right? And they're like, what the fuck?
No, even better. So they're hanging out. They're drinking.
They all have sex in the backseat. Right?
Yeah. And then old Jones walks around the corner. Anybody trying to fuck?
I have a cab.
I got a baby on the end of the stick.
The baby on the end of the stick. Does it ever get to a
We're going to keep going back to this.
No.
Yeah, I still have so many questions.
No, they left. They left as early as they could in the morning and ditched the dude.
I'm calling bullshit. They fucked in front of him.
They didn't take it with them.
They're like, this is a trapped soul. We're taking it with us. They fucked in front of that old dude. That's my guess.
So they're getting him drunk.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the story.
Okay, yeah.
Getting him drunk,
back to the south.
Bonfire, middle of the forest.
Found a party.
And suddenly they're like, "Oh, I gotta go piss." And one of them walks over, and he sees a bunch of trailers, like
like a trailer park.
Not like a trailer park, like
camp.
Trailers.
Oh, okay, like campers and
there
shit.
There we go, like a bunch of campers, like 3 or 4 of them. And he's pissing. They're in the dark, like there are no lights on around them. But he sees dudes in front of each one with guns, like rifles.
Ooh.
And he goes, gets his friend, and they're like, "We need to get out of here. What are we gonna do?" So they make up some. I gotta go get more beer or some fucking.
Oh shit! Someone drunk all the Bud Light, bro, because it's such a great, cool, crisp beer. Not
Bro.
sponsored by Bud Light.
No, not at all.
Never.
All right. So they get like halfway back to their camp, and the people start following them. So they say, "Oh fuck!" They start running. They get in their truck and drunk drive out of this forest, and their dudes in the truck, like from the camp, suddenly 3 trucks start just chasing them as they're driving down this dirt road in the middle of the night, drunk.
Fuck them. The real villains of the story
Are them,
are the drunk drivers.
which is all
They
of
were
them.
chasing them
They're
because they
all
were like,
drunk.
"Stop! You're drunk driving," and they're like, "Oh god, they're trying to kill us!" And they're like, "We're gonna kill you if you don't stop drunk driving."
So they
Message
start-
of the story is
they hear-
don't fucking
Yeah.
drive drunk.
So they're driving like a high-speed chase. They worded this whole thing out about how it was like this high-speed chase, and they're like drifting around corners and shit like that. And they start hearing gunshots behind them.
Oh.
And they eventually just outpace them. The people turn around. They're pretty sure it was a meth lab.
Why were they so welcoming at the start?
Maybe they were going to kill him.
Have you guys seen that video of the guy that's like, "Oh my god, $50."
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Every time I think of like methed out, I think of that. He's like, "Oh my god, $50." You're like, "Oh, okay."
Well, that's crack.
Yeah. Regardless,
Crack, man. Same thing.
they're fucked up. Yeah. All right, that's smooth
I'll
though.
end
I
up
mean,
at 7-Eleven
not
sooner
too
or
bad.
later.
Jesus Christ. Oh goodness. So speaking of dead things, so in 2011, the Bretzuis family. Yes, I wrote down how to phonetically speak it. Fuck off, AJ. They decided to purchase like their dream home. They had checked this place out. They're thrilled. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna buy it. We're not gonna have to worry about any renovations." Yeah, you guessed it. They're going to have to worry about renovations. Spoiler alert.
Always.
They always do. Had an inspector come in. He does everything, and he's like, 2 thumbs up, you're set. So, they're thrilled. This is everything they've wanted. The only thing is, like the next year, they're having heating problems in one of their rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
like,
sucks.
yeah, right? If only we had heating problems in this studio. So they're all right. We've got a pretty solid savings. We're going to tear down the walls. We'll redo the insulation. We'll be set. No big deal, right? You don't think that anything's really going to go wrong there, especially on pressure points. Everything's going to be hunky-dory. That's the end of my story. They fixed it, and they're living great today. Psych. So,
End of this.
yeah, they tear down their walls, and suddenly it's the worst fucking smell after they get the drywall out.
Yeah.
And in the wall, so I don't know how accurate this is, but I'd assume that a very piss poor man's way of insulation is newspaper. Correct, AJ?
Yeah.
I
Long
assume
time
so.
ago,
Yeah, long time ago. So they're seeing all these fucking newspaper just rolled around something, and what the fuck? So they open up the newspaper, and they're dead fucking animals wrapped up in this newspaper.
Perfect.
And a bunch of half-used spice cans. So old school pepper cans that are just sitting in there with it. And they're like, "What the fuck is this?" So they call the news, they call the police, and they call obviously their insurance company. And they're like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" Now, all of their family members after this are getting sick as fuck because the bodies of these chickens and shit are just moldy as hell.
That's disgusting.
So they're feeling like shit, and they're told maybe you should send this to an expert, send, I guess, artifacts. Now these fucking carcasses are literally covered in newspaper clippings from the 30s and 40s.
Holy shit.
They've been in there for 60, 70 years at this point.
Are they mummified?
No, it's literally just if you murdered a chicken and you're like, "This will make good insulation," and then you get the newspaper, you're like, "New York Times will do great," and just toss that shit in your wall and then put up drywall. You're like, "Damn, it's gonna be toasty in this room."
They would have to be mummified to be that old.
What were
Maybe.
The point of the spices?
I'll get to it. So, So they send him to this guy that is just like, oh yeah, I'm a genius in the area. Like, they just send to this guy and he studies him and he goes, okay, like, I know what it is. And I looked a little bit into it, but it's called Pennsylvania Dutch magic.
Okay.
Do you know anything about it?
No.
I know a little. I studied.
It's from the Dutch.
I looked at. Oh wow, I'm so impressed.
It's magic.
Yeah.
And it's based in Pennsylvania.
Wow, 10 out of 10. I'm
Perfect.
so impressed.
I assume
That's
it's a form of hoodoo.
Wow, I didn't even need to do research at this point.
All right.
So,
I already knew the story.
So Pennsylvania Dutch magic is the idea that, like, I don't want to say a holistic healing idea because they do those sacrifices. They're like, okay, if you guys don't want to die of, I don't know what was big back in the 30s.
Tuberculosis.
Smallpox, tuberculosis.
Consumption.
What? Yeah, if you don't want to die of them damn commies,
No, that was before counties. Well, not really, but
then you'll do these sacrifices, or some of them are like you just do little spells and shit. So that's what was happening. Is they're just lining the walls of this home with dead animal bodies, and I'm assuming they never really said, but I'm assuming that the spices are so that at the time it got rid of the fucking death smell that's surrounding your home.
well, spices and herbs are also used in magic in general too.
I mean, that's true. But I mean, like, these are literally like cans of ground pepper.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's not like they're like, oh, here's a sprig of thyme. It's just like, just toss some fucking pepper.
Toss some fucking pepper in there.
Put some Morton salt in the wall. Like, come
Oh
on.
my God.
So, they spent all of their savings trying to get all of this replaced because they're like, it's been over a year and it still smells like shit in our entire
Still
home.
fucking stinks.
At the time of the report, it had been 3 years, and they're interviewing this family, and the lady's like, we've gone through our entire savings. We've spent the $20,000 we had saved up,
God damn.
and we're like, we don't know how much is in our walls. The insurance company won't cover it because it was already there at the time of purchase.
Oh,
How
assholes.
fucked up is that?
Assholes.
How
That's the
fucked
real
up.
horror is the insurance companies.
Yeah, right? Oh, God. So, yeah, that's my spooky, is the insurance fucked everybody over. Surprise. Welcome to the
Always.
United States of fucking America.
Well, I got free spices out of it.
I mean, yeah. They got some nice chicken-absorbed spices.
Oh, no. Rigor mortis has already set in on those peppercorns.
In here, I like, forgot their lunch in the wall. You know?
Yeah. He's just like, that's fine. Babe, just give me like a super dry aged chicken. Okay.
Yes. I'd like
Family trip
5
gone
aged chickens,
Extra,
please.
extra
Make
dry.
sure it's wrapped with the New York Times.
Don't forget
From
the pepper.
1933. Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
What you got next?
You got anything spooky?
I heard you had a story that involves Bubba.
Oh, that was just more of an embarrassing one.
Perfect.
Yeah, hit us with it. We love embarrassing stories.
That's our entire podcast. Embarrassing ourselves.
It's literally just D making a fucking moron of himself.
Alright,
I got
so
this.
Bubba grew up in the kind of home where they don't speak English. So it's very-
Okay, solid.
They're just second generation, or not second generation. He's a second generation Mexican American, and so growing up, the American songs that came on, he wasn't super familiar with. And so the good old milkshake song.
Oh, no.
Where
Yes.
it's like, I'll treat you, but I have to charge.
Yeah, yeah.
He like dead ass looks at me and goes, "How much do you think they cost? Like, what are they buying?"
Yes. I love it.
And I looked at him and I'm like, "What?"
Baby, this is a
I
euphemism.
said, "That's not what they're talking about." He goes, "No, like they're buying milkshakes." I'm like, "No, they're really not."
He just
though."
has it like the most literal perspective of milkshake. Oh, I love that. That's so amazing.
I love it.
That makes me so
Honestly.
happy. Oh,
great.
God.
Just an embarrassing one. That's all. I just had embarrassed good old Bubs here.
There was a
Beautiful.
kid I went to high school with that, that One Republic Apologize song? It's Too Late to Apologize.
No.
He was under the
Sing it.
impression. No. They were saying it's too late to call the judge. And, like, we were all sitting there one day and he goes, it's too late to call the judge. And we're like, what? And he's like, yeah, that song. And we're like, it's called Apologize. How do you fuck this up? He's like, I thought they were apologizing for their crime, like in the song. We're like, dude, you're a moron.
Jeez.
God damn it. Oh,
That's
no.
funny.
But yeah, so what else outside that? Talk to me, Lacey. Tell me all the stories. I
All
love
of them.
it.
As long as they're spooky.
Just tell me. No,
They need to be Halloween related.
I don't even care. You're
I
our
do.
Halloween guest.
This is our Halloweener Spooktacular.
Halloween.
Colorized.
I don't know. Last year, did you guys tell the one where I was sleeping and something came up and cuddled me?
I don't even care.
I don't
you
think
tell
so.
it.
I don't think so.
We haven't heard it from the source.
Anyways, so this was when I was still living in the house by the cemetery growing up. And the way my room was set up, I was like facing the window. So like my bed was in the middle and then there was a door on one side of me and then the window was on the other side. So like if your bed was in the middle of a room basically. And I remember sleeping, but I was like kind of awake at the same time because I heard somebody come into my room and I was like, oh, maybe it's my sister, you know, she likes to sleep with me sometimes. And so I'm laying there and I'm asleep and I feel something sit on the bed with me. Like, you know, when you can tell someone sits on the bed because it kind of like goes in a little
Depresses,
bit.
yeah. Is this the same sister that...
Turtle.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's the same one. Yeah, I have two. But this was Turtle because my husband wasn't born yet. And I'm laying down and I feel something like lay down next to me and then I just feel something wrap its arm around me.
Oh, no.
And I go to turn over and there's just nobody there, but you could still see like the imprint in the bed.
God damn.
And that story gives me chills every time I think about it. But when I go back and think about everything else that's happened in my life, I'm like, wow, I'm 100% a believer that something could be following me to this day.
Yeah.
Because there will be times where I'm sitting on my couch and I'll see things just dart out of the corner of my eye, or I'll hear somebody whisper in my ear when I'm asleep. Like to this day, I have to have my ears covered when I sleep because just when I was a kid and living in that one house just had so much negativity in it. It's not even funny.
Jesus. So you live next to the cemetery. Did you ever see Flo?
No, but I've done it once.
Uh-huh.
And
I'll give
really
context
happened.
in a second. Nothing happened?
Nothing happened. But one time...
Let's go do it right now.
Me and a
On
group
mic,
of
carry
just
the mics.
friends did it, like coworkers. We went over there after work. And we didn't see anything, but just the car felt really heavy afterwards.
Huh. Like it was running heavy?
Uh-huh.
Like it was just like...
Like somebody was sitting in it heavy?
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, like just it felt like there was just something in there with us that wasn't there
Okay.
before.
I
But
thought
we
you were
didn't
saying it was
ever,
just running
like,
really
see
rough.
anything. No.
Jesus, that's
No,
crazy.
But nothing ever happened.
So, for reference, Flo at... you guys know we're in fucking Ogden.
We're not in Ogden.
We're in Utah. So
We are in Utah.
At the Ogden Cemetery in Utah, they have an orb that a lot of people
Yeah.
talk about. It's a green one, right?
It's a green orb.
Flo. It's this green orb that
Probably
will show
Bigfoot.
up from time to time. They patrol better now, don't they? Over.
Yeah, you can get a ticket now if you're caught there after certain hours.
Flo doesn't get a ticket. What the fuck? So, it's just this, like, I remember hearing about it when I was in high school and people were like, oh, let's go to the Ogden Cemetery. And I was like, no. For reference as to what those orbs can or cannot be, we do have an episode. It's Two Fairies Talking About Fairies, Part 1. Shameless advertising.
I think it's
check
just
it out.
fairies talking about fairies.
I don't fucking know. But, yeah, it's just this orb that they call Flo that floats around. Interesting.
Because I guess she died waiting for her parents to pick her up or her boyfriend to pick her up.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's like a whole backstory. That's why when you go up with the car, she thinks you're her ride.
Oh.
That
I've
never
never heard
came
that.
You know, that matches an archetype that's found across the world of the... Like, there's the Japanese yokai, there's a bunch in the Chinese folklore of the something getting in your car, you take them for a ride, and then you either drop them off or they disappear after a certain point. That's really interesting.
Like the Lady in White, like references like La Llorona in Hispanic culture.
Yeah.
Like it's it all like kind of intertwines.
There's an old story from where I'm from that these kids had parked on the train tracks in their car, and they got hit by a train, and everyone in high school was like, ooh, and I didn't want to die as much as I do now. Like, everyone was like, oh, let's go fuck around on the train tracks. And I had heard about it. I was like, why? Now, the idea was that you would go on the train tracks and you would just park as, like, middle ground as you could. And you'd put your car in neutral and just sit. It's stupid as fuck. Our lawyer's shaking his head. It is. It really is, because...
Our lawyer advises against going in neutral.
I advise against it as well. But yeah, there were so many fucking kids that I was like, that I would hear from that are like, yeah, we just started like rolling forward and we hadn't moved for like 5 minutes. And they're like, it felt like someone was pushing on the back of our car, like pushing us off the tracks. I was like, oh, that's fucking cryptic.
That is
Mind
so
you,
weird.
this is the same town that AJ knows a lot about these, the Indian schools.
Oh, I've been to the Indian school before it was torn
Those
down.
were just fucking big time. Everybody,
Yeah.
if it were a Saturday night, people would go there all the time.
You guys want me to talk about my experiences there?
Yeah, I never went. It was never something
Ooh-wee.
that I was interested in. I was like, fucking, like, I'm naturally a skeptic, and at the time, I was even just like, yeah, fucking, like, you guys are just seeing shit. But, like,
Oh.
my sister has people that she knows had really bad experiences there. They were fucked up
Yeah,
schools.
my friends have a pretty bad experience.
There was so much abuse when they were actually running. Like,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
back in, like,
awful.
the fucking... When did they close down? Do you know?
Oh God, they like
a
the
long
70s?
time ago. Yeah, I was gonna say 70s, right around there.
God,
Laura,
I-
yes, I wish they didn't get torn down either. They're building like new apartment homes on them, which
So-
sounds like a phenomenal Paramount horror movie.
Hold on.
Poltergeist.
So let's. I'd like to talk about that. The construction they did. But they didn't tear down all the buildings.
No,
They converted a
didn't.
couple of them into condos. So there were people living in those old buildings.
While those buildings were up, there were people running businesses out of them.
Yeah.
My dad took his
Fucking
old
terrifying.
Suburban there and was like, hey, replace the head gasket, whatever, and drives to the Indian grounds. And I was like, oh, where the fuck are we going, Dad? And he like backs into this place, and the guy's like, all right, cool, I got it from here. And he had like a fucking lift in there and everything. Like, they're not really well built places, but it was just like
Yeah,
somebody's
they're
like, oh,
pretty
I can sit, like, this is the gym or whatever. And they're like, everything's been torn out. It's an open area. Might as well set up shop here. It's fucked up.
Cool. Let me give some context on it.
Fuck you too. Cool.
You're not done?
No, I'm done now.
Oh, okay, good. Fuck off. No. So it was a school for. I don't know what it was originally built for. I don't know if it was originally the Indian school before this. It's up near Brigham City. It was up in Brigham City, right?
Oh wow! Just give away my whole fucking backstory. I quit. Yeah, it was.
So, they'd it was Native American kids who they'd be shipped there and basically forced to give up like their tribal shit to what's the term, to like go into American society without any of their background, to completely erase their background and their culture.
Like integrate.
Yeah, and that's too nice of a term.
Yeah, way too nice of a term.
So, because it was shitty. Like, if you spoke your native language, you were beat. If you made art, if you did any kind of ritualistic practices or anything at all, you just basically get punished. So, during World War II, it did briefly convert to a hospital.
Assimilate, by the way.
Assimilate. There we go.
Thank you, Laura. I'm not
Thank
going
you.
to take credit for that.
So, it was the first hospital in Utah to use penicillin during World War II, which is super cool.
Really?
But it was a hospital too, which, let's put a hospital in this place where we strip away Native American culture. That sounds fucking dandy.
10 out of 10.
So after it closed down, it was really, really unique in the concept that a lot of the students came back and created these huge, beautiful murals all over the walls. And then a bunch of asshole teenagers came in, and a lot of them were like vandalized. But I saw some of the art. A lot of people would
I was
paint
not
it
one of
and then
them.
come back
I
10 or
was
20
not
years.
one of
Yeah,
them.
okay. 10 or 20 years later and like cut it out of the wall and bring it home. They were beautiful murals.
They actually had, we called it the Brigham City Zoo, and they had painted like just animals in this little, almost like a courtyard area over by their dorms.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like giraffes and elephants and like all these things on three sides, and you just drive past, you're like, oh, this is the zoo. And it was just fucked up. It was like, you see it and you know that like that was the only thing that they really had to like feel happiness, was that like, oh yeah, we can paint
On a brick wall.
on a brick wall, but it better not be anything that reflects American Indians. It's like, motherfucker.
Yeah. So and that's a little bit of backstory. I went there twice before it was torn down. The first time, nothing really happened. We were just kind of walking through. The floor is completely mush. You got to be careful because all of these big, long, like barrack type buildings are connected underground by tunnels. and like utility tunnels, and then like dirt foundations in a lot of places, and then they're held up by these big concrete walls that have little squares, like 2 foot by 2 foot squares cut out, so you can like access different parts of it.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting. So we would go upstairs. We went everywhere. Nothing really happened the first time. It was just really cool. Second time we went in with a Utah ghost hunting organization. I don't even remember what they were called. I was just kind of tagged along, and they took a lot of pictures, doing their investigation stuff, and I was kind of there along for the ride. And the first thing is it felt different, like your gut feeling. It just felt different from that first time we went in. I was
Even
kind
just
of uneasy.
driving around, it felt like that. Like
Weird.
I never went into the schools, but like when I was driving over there with my dad, or like we went to go see the fucking zoo, it just is. It feels like hallowed ground. Like you feel like you should not be there. You're like, I shouldn't be just casually fucking walking on the shit. You're just like, I don't know about this. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah. So we go in. They take a couple of pictures that turn out really cool, like a mist 2 feet above the floor, but nothing above it and nothing below it. Like really, like the clearest pictures I've ever seen of any kind of investigation. Taking lots of pictures, just trying to stir stuff up. Walking through in the pitch dark, because it was getting dark. It was in the evening, and there was this one point where we went down the stairs. Me and my mother, separate from the rest of the group, kind of went down the stairs around the corner into the like dirt foundation floors. We walked up to that kind of concrete wall with the holes cut in them. And we were both at 2 different ones, a couple feet away from each other. And we stick our head through, and it smells kind of rotting. It's got like you can smell the dust coming up from it, and we both at the same time hear something it's been a long time, something to the effect of, like right in our ears. It's like, get out, or you need to go, or something like that. I can't remember exactly. And that voice itself didn't feel bad or anything. But down at the other end, once it turns black and you can't see anything, it felt like the worst thing ever was like on its way.
Oh,
I don't know if that makes sense, because it's just a gut feeling.
Yeah, it was like a presence was coming.
You're not supposed to be there.
Like, I need to fucking go. And we just look at each other, and we fucking run up those stairs.
Damn.
And it was terrifying. They did, afterwards they sent us some pictures and stuff like that from it, and the creepiest thing that we found was there was somebody walking down the hall kind of behind the rest of the group. They turned around and took a couple pictures, and these halls just go.
Like, get out. Not before I get my photo off, bitch.
Well, when we got up to the stairs, the feeling went away. When we got out of the basement, it didn't feel bad anymore. So they took a picture, and over this dude's shoulder, the clearest thing I've ever seen, the clearest picture I've ever seen, is a janitor. Like overalls, a hat, a broom.
Now, question: did the broom have like a little baby toy on the end of it?
Right?
And did he at all say he worked as a taxi driver?
And he wanted us to have sex? No.
He was like, y'all can fuck in front of me. It's okay.
It was terrifying to see that picture, like a week after. And like it was just really weird to see something that clear, and it was very pale, like it was standing in the light, very like pale gray, the whole thing, like it was washed out, like the exposure was too high or something.
Okay.
And there were a couple other pictures where they said, oh, we see something here, or audio recordings that said, oh, we hear something. I never saw or heard anything else there, really. But I've tried to find that picture for over a decade, and the one place that we did have it saved was on Snapfish, and it was corrupted.
Oh, of course it was.
Of course it was, because at the time I was like, oh, this is cool. I know this exists, but I don't want to share it with anybody. And then when I do want to share it with somebody, suddenly it's fucking gone.
It's gone. Get out, bitch. Oh.
Yes,
weird.
And right here, the comments, thank you for reminding me, there was also an outbuilding that was just filled with broken bikes, and it looked like somebody had been living there, like a homeless person was living there.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past it.
But it was just filled with bikes.
There weren't a lot of places in Brigham City that you could, like, just set up shop. You get it out by, like, either the highway that, like, the overpasses in Brigham would, like, you'd have people that would sleep under there. But past that, it was literally just the Indian schools because people wouldn't go up there. A lot of people were like, well, it's torn down. There's a chance that one of these buildings is just going to collapse. Like, fuck that. So it doesn't surprise me if people would be living out that way.
Easily. So what was your friend's experience?
So they actually went out there just to, like, fuck around.
Of course.
But her, at the time, boyfriend brought back, they found, like, an arrowhead there.
Wow.
And they brought it back to their house. And their house was 3 stories. So you had, like, the basement, the main level, and then you had, like, a little, not like a room you can stand up in, but it wasn't an attic. What would you call it? Like a nook?
Crawl space?
Not a crawl space.
Crawl space because that's in the basement.
It had like a carpet and it had windows on it, but it wasn't like full.
Oh, okay. It was just like a bend over attic kind of thing.
Pretty much.
A subspace?
Maybe. Like you could like a makeshift room.
Subspace featuring Elon Musk. God.
But they had that arrow and they had put it up in their room because it was just kind of just like a bullshit room. And that same night, the boyfriend felt kids tickling his feet and giggling.
Touching his little tootsies.
I don't want to hear about your fetish.
It's not a fetish. It's a
interest.
Shut up, Mom. You don't understand me.
And the wife was like, you have to take that back. Like, that's bad. Like, you don't know what you brought into our house. And then a few weeks later, they had a party. And then this one dude, he was just on so many drugs. And he was like, it doesn't feel right here. He was having a little spaz attack.
It was him like, tickling the feet.
By the way, I cursed you guys on the way out. But then later on...
You're like, bitch, you curse anybody that doesn't sell you fucking crack. Get out of here, Carl.
Kevin.
But then later on in the week, they would hear people run up in that nook, like a bunch of feet just like running from one wall to the other and just like banging just at random hours of the night. And she's like, you need to take that back now before something bad really happens. And right when she said that, something flew off the wall, like, or it's like in the main room, something just flew off the wall towards her. And so they took it back, and after that, nothing else happened. But they 1,000% brought something back with them with that little arrowhead.
Moral of the story
so
is
much
if
pain.
ghosts are tickling your tootsies, don't kick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy shit, man.
But like, who sleeps with their feet open? Like,
I tuck those motherfuckers.
Sometimes I'll have one out if it's hot.
No.
To be fair, because I'm a saucy boy, because what was it we called it? Because I'm stinky and kinky.
I forgot about that.
Like, there are times where I'm like, oh, I have to sleep with a blanket on, and it's like covering my right arm. So, I mean, I guess my feet would be out, but at the same time, Ghost wants some of these cheeks. He could have gotten them.
Could have clapped them cheeks.
He could have clapped the fuck out of them cheeks.
So no, you were gonna say something. You go first.
Oh, I was just gonna say a stupid joke.
Yeah,
yes,
you have fucking
let's lighten the mood.
Dad jokes. Halloween dad jokes.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Why did the ghost go into the bar?
Why?
For the booze.
Hey, and for the fucking titties. Nah, damn.
Right. Well, the footprints on the ceiling.
Booze.
This is what I have to work with. It reminds me. So I love.
I'm the favorite half of the podcast.
That's true. But without me, we wouldn't have a podcast because you don't know how to use a computer.
I don't do shit. I just speak. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I barely even knew my fucking notes.
Notes.
What?
But
I thought I was just supposed to remember everything.
I really like some of the like Japanese spooky stuff because their culture is a lot more open to the spiritual side.
I had a sorry, shot.
Oh God.
Oh, woo!
It was good though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really fucking good. Not as smooth as I was hoping.
No.
Yeah, why am I so fucking sweaty? Oh, did you put dead chickens in this? So when I lived in, and this sounds like my parents abused me, but when I lived in the basement in my parents' house, not the crawl space yet, we had a drain. And when you would turn on the faucet, it would go straight down the drain. And
I love that. That's so satisfying.
It sounded like The Grudge. You just get like,
oh, from the air?
It scared the shit out of my high school girlfriend. I was like, she was sitting in the front room, and I'm just like, oh, I'll wash my hands. And I pull my hands out, and she hears it. She's like, what the fuck is that? I was like, oh, it's just a drain. She was pissed. But yeah. So, back to Japanese scary
spoopy
stuff. Spoopies.
One of the like phenomena that they
Phenomena.
I really like it where this like where some of the folklore has updated, I guess, modernized even. And one of them, I've got two that off the top of my head that I know about. One of them is the marble drop phenomenon, and it's where because there are tons of everything's an apartment there.
Yeah.
There's just experiences of people. It sounds like somebody above them drops a marble, and then it rolls, and then hits something, and then stops.
No, those
and
are
that
just
happens,
dick upstairs neighbors.
Like sometimes it's every hour, sometimes it's once a night, sometimes it's every once in a while. But usually when they like get annoyed about it, because it's super fucking loud. If you've ever been in a room beneath where a marble has rolled across the floor, it is louder than
if
anything.
You've ever lived below someone, you know that anything is an inconvenience that they do.
So a lot of times they would go and like complain about it, and the like landlord or whoever they spoke to would be like, "That's empty. That apartment's been empty for 6 months."
We've been knocking at our upstairs neighbor's door for 20 minutes to tell him to stop playing marbles at 2 a.m., and nobody's answering.
Another one.
It's been vacant for 40 years. Yes!
I finally timed it right, guys.
And it wasn't the shitty one.
It wasn't the
Thank
shitty
you.
one. You're welcome. Another one is... these all translate not super well, but it's like the small woman, or the woman who looks at you from small cracks. And it's basically...
I love how...
anywhere,
by the way,
yes.
I love how specific their stuff is, too.
Best.
It's not like the haunted man, or like in The
white
Conjuring,
woman.
the crooked man. It's like the woman that looks at you from small cracks with an angry glare that feels disappointing.
With dark hair.
You're like, this feels too specific.
Yeah. But it's basically, let's say you wake up in the middle of the night, you want a glass of water, you walk out to your kitchen, your bathroom door is shut, you look at the crack underneath the door, and you see a woman looking through it. Fucking terrifying. Or
she's like, drinking water, that's my fetish.
Or you walk into the you walk into the kitchen and
Dee furiously masturbates in the corner.
Always. You walk into the kitchen and the crack in the fridge, there's just a woman looking out at you. Or in the cupboard, or
like from the fridge.
Any crack, any kind of crack
through the crack in the fridge.
So like
you just put like a string cheese through it. Here you go.
Yeah, boom.
Like, comes back with a bite, and you're like, you're supposed to peel it.
And the terrifying thing is, it's a full-grown woman. So even if it's like a half-inch by foot place, like space, it's a full-grown woman. So like they physically cannot fit there.
Because because not a full-grown woman could definitely fit through a crack.
Definitely. Yeah. Duh. Another one. This one's not necessarily Japanese. It's the... it's called Jot. I don't remember what it's called. It's basically you are... Let's say you walk in from work, you put your keys in the same place you always put them. 2 hours later, 3 hours later, you go out and you say...
Damn, Bubba! Somebody's hungry!
There's cake right here. You can have some. It's fine. Eat a corner.
Treat yourself. There are plenty of forks.
Yeah.
We will not judge.
Just don't touch the part that I'm eating.
Yeah, just literally do not move it to this side of the table or it'll be gone before the episode's over.
Oh, yeah.
I will fuck that thing up.
It's fine. So, another... It's basically, you come back a couple hours later, your keys are gone. Have you ever, you just can't find your keys?
No. I always keep them in my pussy. Yeah,
your pussy?
Yeah, my pussy.
So the different part of this, because everybody loses things in human memory is shit.
False, not mine.
They usually appear in weird ass places. Like there are stories of people losing their wedding ring. Like it slipped off of their finger on a hardwood floor. They look down, it's gone. They can't find it. It's not rolled under anything. And then 2 years later, they crack open a geode and it pops out. Like weird shit.
For some reason, your husband was fucking your brother and he found the ring in his anus. I don't know why.
Yeah. Or it's, at your mother's house somehow, but your car is still at your house. Just weird stuff.
Weird shit.
It's another really weird one was another ring. A lot of times it happens to personal effects that people care about. Like rings or
wives.
Pictures, wives. Nobody cares about their wife.
Sorry, I forgot about that. My bad.
And it dropped off in the carpet, so they thought, it just, hit the carpet. They didn't hear it hit the ground. They start looking through, can't find it. They start panicking. They can't find it. 2 years later, they're renovating. and they take off one of their lights, and it fucking falls out of the ceiling. Like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
You know,
Okay.
it's just weird shit like that.
So, Jot?
I don't remember what it's called.
Okay, well, whatever.
Just one, yeah, Jot. Just one of those things. That's what it stands for,
okay.
I think.
Huh. That's so...
It's really weird.
It's fucking
And
strange.
then there's the old grandma who will run after your car.
So, real quick on, like,
Oh.
the missing items.
Mm-hmm.
I read this thing, and it's an actual, like... It's one of those goofy, like, witch spells. I could be totally wrong. It could be total bullshit. But the spell is that if you never... Like, if you... Oh, fuck. I've already fucked it up. But it's like if you don't ever want to lose something, you'll put it in a very obvious place and like, or you don't want it anymore. So put it in a really obvious place and it'll disappear. You'll never find it again until you decide to buy the exact same item. So you'll put like let's say I didn't want this mug ever again. I put it in an obvious place. It's out of my mind, out of sight, out of mind. I do not ever want to use this mug ever again. Leave it here. It's gone. When I buy another mug, as soon as I want another one of these, because I don't want it. I'm like, I don't want that fucking mug. I want the same mug, but new.
Better.
Yeah, like your phone.
Yeah.
You never want to see your phone again.
It's trash.
The moment you get that same phone, your old phone pops up. Think about any time you've like replaced anything, and this is kind of the troll out of it, is that when you lose something and you're like, oh, like I never fucking need this, like whatever, who gives a shit about this gun that's under my bed? I don't know.
I feel personally attacked.
I know, I did it because
I have a lot of guns under my bed.
But like, you have something, you don't give a shit about it. Like, think of all the things in your home that you have, but you've completely forgot about them because at the time you're like, oh, I'll buy this souvenir. You don't give a shit about it. It disappears from your memory. Mm-hmm. But you go on your trip, you're like, oh my God, that's right. I do need a voodoo doll from Louisiana. You buy it and you're like, I don't think that I have one of these.
I also feel personally attacked because I have one of those.
Yeah,
too.
I know. I'm coming after you, AJ.
You have a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, he does. It's amazing. By the way, if you're interested in seeing more of his weird shit, shameless plug, Patreon, AJ's Archives. It's going to happen.
It is. I have to refilm it. I filmed a bunch of them, and then I realized my phone was on the lowest setting possible, so I had to refilm them. But I should have the weekend off.
Also, if you subscribe to our Patreon,
you'll know about the pee-pee cider.
AJ will finally be able to afford a new camera that has a boom mic on it so that he can record sound and video at the same time.
Oh, crazy.
So, you'll replace this item without thinking that you have it because you've completely misplaced it from your memory. And then you get home, you're like, oh, fucking voodoo doll. The other voodoo doll suddenly shows up and you're like, oh my God, I have
It's a
another one of these.
duplication glitch.
It's a duplication glitch, literally, is like the idea behind that spell. And I laughed my ass off when I saw it. I was like, that's such a fucking, like, yes, spell. Yes, it's like, oh, you do this fucking spell, but it's like a normal
That's
thing.
something, yeah.
Yeah, it's like such a
I feel like
funny
everybody
little
would have
thing.
experienced that, at least
That,
once.
like, as soon as if you were like, I do not want my car keys anymore, you'll never see them again. But as soon as you get a replacement car key, as soon as you get a fucking, like, car key that's going to fix it,
That's
your
it.
pair of keys shows up. Not
I
pair
thought
of
you
keys.
said parakeets.
Pair of keys. Pair of keys.
Bird.
But yeah, it's like, oh, that's fucking clever. I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah.
It's a funny little thing.
Lacey, what else you got for us? Tell us everything about you.
What's your
Everything
social
about
security
me.
number?
Oh, I told the cop my social security number.
Really? This sounds like a fantastic...
Like recently? Was that today?
No.
Oh, it was just Bubba that
I
told the
wasn't
cop.
driving today.
Ah.
No, I was 16 and I was picking my mom from the bar because she was drunk. And it was like 2 a.m, so what 16-year-old grabs their license at 2 a.m, let alone puts on shoes?
Most of the ones that are driving.
Yeah, not me.
It's okay. I know our lawyer keeps his ID
Bubba
in
just
his
gave
car.
the most exhausted fucking look to me. She goes, not me, and Bubba's just like, motherfucker, is that true? I'm like, oh!
He loves me.
Treat yourself, have some cake, Bubba.
right
It's
here.
on the house. So,
With your last nerve.
forget your
Diet
license.
A&W. It's my favorite.
You better not fucking stomach growing on our podcast ever again. We're just going to put the mic down to his stomach for the rest of the show. Bubba's stomach. Tell us about the best thing you ate. All right, so you're going to pick up your drunk mom,
Yes.
forget your license.
And I get pulled over by the cops. That's my very, very first time getting pulled over. And
So
I
you're
just-
shitting yourself.
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
completely had a...
I still do that.
like a meltdown. I rolled out my window and he goes, "Do you have your license?" And I just started crying. And I was like, "No, I don't have my license." And so I gave him my social security number like a dumbass.
What the fuck was that?
That was the wrong side.
Was she drinking while she was drunk? This is what the real story.
Yes, I
Behind the
was actually
scenes.
drunk. No. But
Stop it! What
That's
are
the
you
one
doing?
I meant to. I'm laughing.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay.
I love that. But I gave him my social security number. I just like rattled it off to him, and he's looking at me like I'm a fucking psycho, which I don't blame him. I would too.
6, 2, 1. And he's like, "What the fuck? I just want to see your license. Like, where are you going?"
And then he's like, "Have you been drinking?"
No.
I said, "I am only 16, sir. What kind of person do you think I am?"
Wow.
The sass! The fucking
I
sass!
love the sass.
I love it.
And then here comes my mom running down the street. She's fucking just drunk at this point. She says, "Don't arrest my child. Please don't arrest my child."
That was called Blood Beast. I don't know what the fuck that was. That's not what I was expecting. I'm sorry.
So random.
I also forgot. I didn't mean to actually click it. The screen was closer than I thought.
And then here come her 2 little drunk troll friends just waddling behind her, and it was just a fucking night. I was so done with driving at that point. But
And
That's why
AJ.
Lacey doesn't drive.
First
Yes.
time you were pulled over.
I was going 45 and a 25.
Ooh!
Oh my god.
Damn, boy.
I was with our lawyer and one of our other friends. I don't remember what we were listening to, but I believe it was Cake. And it was I was cruising down a hill, I'll say. It was definitely about half a mile from the hill, but we were cruising right next to a little hospital clinic, and this motorcycle cop pulls up behind me. I'm like, shit, I'm getting a ticket. Like, there's no way I'm getting out of this. So he pulls me over, walks up with his sexy leather boots, gets my ID, and says, "You know how fast you were going?" I was like, no. And he said, "You were going 45. Do you know the speed limit here?" And there's a speed limit sign in my rearview mirror. So I said, "It's 25. Like, why were you going so fast?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I got distracted. I don't know." And I just started, like, I stuttered a lot.
Dude, you fucked up. Because when he says, what do you think the speed limit is here? You
Just
go,
said 45.
45.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And it says it's 25. I must have read it as a 45. I'm sorry, officer. I have not been drinking tonight.
No.
It's the best way to get out of a ticket. Also, you say, "I'm white and I'm not going to hurt you."
I was going to say, the reason...
And he's like, "Oh, let me get my fucking hand off my gun."
No,
Piece of shit.
just wait.
Fuck the police. If you're listening, fuck the police.
So-
D's drinking. Fuck you.
He walks back to his
Right.
motorcycle. He starts typing up all the, whatever he's doing.
Why do they take so long to do that?
I don't know.
For some
Guilty
reason,
conscience.
it takes them like 10 seconds to run your plate, but to run your license, it takes them like 40 fucking years. They're like, better look up all their priors.
Well, sometimes
I don't
they
understand.
Sometimes they do have to like call back from dispatch if they don't have a computer,
I see.
like the motorcycle dude. So I was like, "Okay, guys, I'm getting a ticket. All right, boys." And he just walks up and he says, "Well, you're white." No, he didn't say that, but he said,
Well, I'm letting you off.
"Well, just be careful next time." And he gave me his ID back and drove off.
Oh,
I was like, "How the fuck?" And then I looked in the mirror. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm super white and pudgy, and I look really young."
I look like I'm not going to put up a fight because the strongest thing on me is my fucking thumbs.
I was gonna
from
say my
gaming.
eating hand.
It's my eating habits.
Yeah. The strongest thing about me is my appetite.
God, I love it.
First time you were pulled over?
First time I was pulled over, I was driving back from my high school girlfriend's place it was on New Year's. Now, I had gotten in an accident like 2 weeks before in my old 1974 like piece of shit Jeep.
Oh,
So the front, when my dad had come over, because I was like, "I got in an accident." He had come over, and this thing is made out of fucking sheet metal. So he's like, "Don't worry, son." And he just grabs the front of it and pulls the, like it's sheet metal. You can bend it easily. So he pulls the like bumper out. It looks mostly okay, but you can tell it's been in an accident. Mm-hmm. So I'm driving home from her place. And I'm late for my curfew, so my parents are all pissed. And
Oh, I remember the curfew days.
Yeah, right. Really.
Street lights are coming on. Better get home.
Dude, mine was 11 on weekends. Yeah,
Damn.
Mine was. That's when
Mine
the devil
was
comes out,
10.
AJ. The devil comes out like
To touch your pee-pee.
Yeah.
At 11.
yeah. No, for me to touch. That's when I start furiously masturbating at
Oh,
Lacey's
yes.
place. Is
Yes.
11:01. You better believe dick's out.
Oh, yeah.
I got that baby staff out. I'm going ham. So I'm driving off from my girlfriend's place, and the power steering in this thing, like you literally go, meh, like just the tiniest tweak, and it's like I'm in another lane. It was terrible. So I'm fucking wiggly. I'm a 16-year-old kid, like, or 17. Of course, I'm just this wobbly fucking. I'm not used to the size of my body. So I'm driving, and I see this guy pulling behind me. I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good. My history with police officers is that they love to follow me for miles, and I don't know why. So I'm driving, and his lights pop up. I shit you not, after I've been driving for like 10 minutes. I was like, this asshole, I can't see a fucking thing because they're like, the best way to make sure somebody can see the road in front of them, better flip on my fucking brights. Thank you, officer, you stupid asshole.
Because I'm trying to read your license plate.
Yeah, even then, it's
I'm not saying it's not an excuse.
but for
it's
5 miles,
shitty.
I'm like, you're a dick.
Oh.
So
Oh, yeah.
I'm squinting, and like if I even breathe on my steering wheel, I'm like on the opposite side of the road. So finally his lights come on. I pull over, and he comes up, and he says, like, AJ looking son of a bitch. He's a short, fat motherfucker.
I was like, so he looks exactly like you.
Yeah, he's like, he looks like me now.
This half of the table.
Yeah, but bald.
Oh,
So
okay.
he
I'm
walks
so glad
up.
I still have hair. Gotta knock on wood.
Thank God, so far for us. So he walks up, and he goes, you know why I pulled you over? And I go, no. Like, I really fucking don't. And he goes, well, you were all over the place. And I was like, was I? Like, I feel like I'm handling it okay. I mean, I'm a 17-year-old smartass, so I'm
Even
like,
better.
I was doing the best that I could have done, officer. Like,
Oh, my God. Did you
Dude,
say
it was-
that to him?
it was 2008. Like, I didn't say it to him, but it's just like, I'm being a bitch. Like, if I were an officer, I would have pulled me out and beat the shit out of me. Like, well, I mean, most of them do. So, he's like, all right, license and registration. I did not know anything about being pulled over. So I hand him my license, and then I reach over and I'm like, this looks like registration. And I hand him my fucking insurance card. And he looks at it and he goes, like, pissed. He's like, this isn't your registration. And I was like, and I'm like starting to tear up. I was like, I don't know what a registration is. And I take it back from him, and he's like, no, I still need that. I was like, okay. What the fuck is your problem, man? I'm visibly upset. So I lean over and I grab everything out of the glove box. And I'm like, which is the registration? And he like scrolls through it. He fucking like he's just fanning money onto me and shit, making it rain. But it was the registration. He finds it. He goes, this'll do. And storms back to his car.
Jeez.
And I'm just like, oh, this sucks. So I call my parents and I tell them, I'm going to be labor curfew. Don't beat the shit out of me. And they're like, no, we're not even going to ground you because you're a pussy and we know that you got pulled over because you're an idiot. So.
You would have told an outlandish lie if you were lying to us.
Yeah, no, seriously.
You would have said you were abducted
Dude,
by aliens.
the amount
or
of
something.
times that I told them, I was like, oh, I swerved and almost hit a deer. And they're like, okay, well, why do you need to pull over that? Because I'm scared.
I had to pull over for 35 minutes.
I thought I was so sly with lies when I was a fucking teen, and I was not good at it. Like,
You're still not that good at it.
except for the fact that, like, I successfully got away with lying about sneaking out. So
That's because they didn't want to know.
they were like, we just don't stop existing. So
How late is too late for an abortion? Is 16 years too late?
a 437 month abortion. So he comes back and he goes, well, here you go, clean record, you look okay, but why were you swerving? And I go, dude, I don't, like, and I go, it's a power steering on this, and I don't know shit about cars. And I literally go, like, I click on the keys, and he goes, don't turn that on. I was like, I'm not going to speed off. You just told me you're not going to give me a fucking ticket. Like, and I go, look, and I just wiggled, like, that much. I'm like, and the wheels are literally just going whop, 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 whop. And he's all... So he stops my hand, and he does it himself. Because apparently me doing it, yes, I've got a smaller steering wheel on my left hand that I'm just fucking... Whir, skirt, skirt. Yeah, and this asshole's like... He wiggles it, and he's like, okay, oh, it's this up here. And he walks up and points to where I, like, slid into someone earlier a couple weeks ago. Oh, God, and I go, oh, I ran into somebody a couple weeks ago. And I'm just, like, so upset. And I was like, I just want to go. Dude, I was such a fucking pussy. Yeah. But really, though, like, I'm so sorry that I was bouncing between, like striped line to, like, the shoulder line 4 times in the last 5 fucking miles. So
you're all over the place.
Yeah, I was all over the place, apparently. So he's like, what happened here? And I go, like, in my mind, I'm like, well, he just looked me up. Can he not see, like, the negligent collision charge on my fucking license?
He probably didn't even look you up. He's like, no warrants? Okay. I'm going to text for 5 minutes.
He just gets my license and sits down. He's like, this fucking idiot. He's just scrolling. He's like, what's this moron done?
Looking to cheat on his wife.
How can I fuck some other dumb bitch?
He pulled up your Facebook.
How can I beat the shit out of another girlfriend? And I'm just like, oh, I ran into someone. He's like, okay, well, do your parents know that you're out? I'm like, it's like 10:45, and I have the car that's literally registered in their name. It's Utah. More than likely, they know that I'm out. I'm a white, Mormon-looking boy at the time. Yeah, they know.
They know exactly where you are. They probably put a tracker on your car.
No kidding. And he's like, well, I think we'll let this one slide this time. And I was like,
what a cock.
Okay. And yeah, so got out of there, but it was just fucking worse. Like, fuck the police forever. I hate them. So.
Dandy.
What else you got, AJ? Are you cleared out? Oh.
Bees!
Bees, it's fucking bees. What else you got?
I'm cleared out.
You're cleared out?
I did the good ones.
Lacey, you got any more stories?
I think I'm out, too.
She's out, too? All right, well.
Let me think.
Last one of the day before we cut this live stream short. This slightly spoopy 2-hour special.
Halloweener Spooktacular.
Halloweener. In 1938, and AJ's going to get fired up because I'm going to talk about this.
38?
That's what it said. That's what I said.
So, is this post-German American Bund or pre-German American Bund? Where was Nat Arno on the timeline?
By the way, Nat Arno, if you're interested,
it's a fucking good episode. It's one of my favorite episodes I've ever done.
So,
I read a whole book for it.
In 1938, on Halloween, oh my God, we have a Halloween event. What the fuck? Is it a Halloween episode?
The first one of this episode!
So, 1938, the radio, the broad radio, I'm just saying the radio, I don't give a shit what station it was on, they decide to broadcast Orson Welles' War of the Worlds. Now, 6 million people tuned in to check it out. They were like everybody listened to the fucking radio back then. They were like,
6 million people in the U.S.?
There's a show on the radio, yeah. So, a bunch of people tune in, and War of the Worlds is obviously about aliens. Sorry, AJ, I don't mean to trigger you with your biggest fear. It's about invaders to Earth. So, and what they did was they would use realistic sounding, like, radio
what were those called? When you basically have a person with, like, a table with, like, 2 coconuts and some wood, and they make the sound effects live.
AJ's pressure point soundboard.
That is true. I have a bunch of coconuts
back here.
Put
the fucking coconuts away. Literally, you need to catch all the bees that are now in this studio. Put them away. Is that a fire?
That's bones breaking.
Sounds like a fire, though.
Yeah. Okay, so they had put War of the Worlds on the radio. People hear it, and they hear these realistic sounding, like, broadcast. They're like, oh my God, like, they're reporting aliens showing up in New York City, and people are apparently just going into an all-out panic. at least that's what people had read about the next day, was that War of the Worlds on Halloween that had been broadcast put people into a hysteria, and people were fucking panicking and beating the shit out of other people in the streets, and everyone was so afraid. But that wasn't actually the case. Newspapers were clickbaiting in 1938. They were saying that people went nuts when they heard this broadcast, and it's kind of like an old wives' tale. Mind you, a lot of people were confused when it started. They're like, the aliens just fucking show up? Like, what the fuck? But it wasn't this fucking mass hysteria. Like, they weren't stealing toilet paper from 1938 Walmart. Like, they weren't clearing the shelves of all of the rice and flour because it was the end of the world.
Wait, what year was this?
It wasn't 2020.
So during the Great Depression?
March, yeah.
Good times.
But yeah, I don't know if it was the New York Times or not, but like a lot of places reported like, "Oh, everybody went fucking crazy," and
people were going crazy. People were busting into offices. They were burning paperwork. They were running around. I've read some of those old reports. They are
the
fantastic.
New York Post had a Gatling gun just like they did like in the fucking 1800s.
There was a report of a Gatling gun in a news station.
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew that. I thought you were just
it was in our old episode when we talked about the New York draft riots. They had a Gatling gun that they had shot at these protesters.
Yeah.
But
wonderful.
People did not go crazy. If you see that, they probably did not. That was not a Gatling gun.
No, that was a bat.
You tried. That was close. That was like a wooden Gatling gun, like a rubber band Gatling gun. But yeah, that's all I got.
You're gonna end it there?
Be safe this Halloween, I guess. I don't know where else we're gonna go.
You didn't emphasize it enough. The huge thing was all the newspapers were saying everybody was going crazy. Everything's in disrepair. The streets are empty. People are hoarding food. They're hiding in their basements. When the majority of people in the U.S. didn't even hear it.
Somebody walked out of their home, saw all of their neighbors, and were like, "Huh, I didn't know this was going on." While they're reading it in the newspaper, they're like, "Wow, everyone was going crazy." Jim and Jonas, did you guys see this? I said Jonas.
Oh.
Did you guys see this report? Did you guys go crazy? And they're like, "Nah, I've read War of the Worlds because we don't have TV." Yeah, everybody fucking knew it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and this wasn't his first story.
Well, it was released in, 1888? It was released forever before...
not that early.
It was released a good amount of time before.
It was early enough, and he had been making stories for a long time. The thing that people will quote is that the news during that time period, this is pre-Hindenburg, I believe. You should look up when the Hindenburg exploded.
I'm looking up when War of the Worlds...
No, just do Hindenburg for me, because it's important to my story. Pretty sure it's before, because they would... have reporters go down to large events, and then they would come back and they would recreate the events, so that for a long time a lot of people thought that these news events were live. But
Hindenburg, 1937. I was only 10 years off with War of the Worlds. 1998.
98. Okay, that's a lot closer.
Don't say 98. That sounds like 1998.
So before the Hindenburg, and even a little bit afterwards, they would just recreate it with all those sound effects and things like that. So that's how people were used to hearing the news, is a very, very dramatic recreation of the events that happened.
Jesus.
The Hindenburg, if you've heard it, which I totally suggest you go look up. I mean, it's rough, because it's a grown man on scene reporting what he is seeing as the Hindenburg is exploding and hundreds of people are burning to death. And that was the first live news broadcast ever. And after that, people were slowly allowed to start broadcasting things live. So it was right in that transitionary period. So I wouldn't be surprised if some people did believe, hey, maybe this is happening, but it wasn't as widespread. It wasn't nearly as widespread as the news made it out to be.
If you want, I can play it.
The Hindenburg one?
Yeah.
You're not even connected.
Plug into that. Hand me the aux from the iPad.
Where is it? All right. Hopefully sorry for your ears.
Slightly.
Sorry.
Slightly.
Oh, goodness. Sorry, that sounds awful. Ooh, we're professional.
Perfect.
I swear to God, if this is a report, I'm going to be so goddamn pissed. Apparently, it's nothing.
It's playing outside. You have to change the...
I need to stop drinking on the job. Fuck.
All right.
It's starting to
There it
rain
is.
again. The rain had cracked up a little bit. The back motors of the ship are just holding it just enough to keep it from... It bursts into flames. Get it started. It's fighting, and it's crashing. It's crashing terrible. Oh, my. Get out of the way, please. It's burning and bursting into flames, and it's falling on the mooring mast and all the folks between it. This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world. Oh, it's like
Exactly. Oh, the humanity.
Fuck.
400 or 500 feet into the sky, and it's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. It's smoke and it's flames now, and the flame is crashing to the ground. Not quite to
Jesus.
the
Like,
mooring
you're literally
mast.
just watching.
All the
That is the
humanity, all
emotion.
So many people die.
Because you can't walk up to it. Like, you can't
I
help.
can't talk to people. There's
It's
fish
a
out
huge
there.
disaster.
The panic is
It's,
really...
I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't talk, ladies
Honestly,
and
don't
gentlemen.
blame
just
you.
like that massive smoking wreckage. And everybody can't hardly breathe and talk and screaming. Lady, I'm sorry. Honestly, I can hardly breathe. I'm going to step inside while I cannot see it. Charlie, that's terrible. Listen, folks, I'm going to have to stop for a minute because I've lost the voice. This is the worst thing I've ever witnessed.
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
yeah. So that was
I'm
one of
glad
the-
we got that
yeah,
on
was
there.
like the first live
Fucking
one.
hell.
What a great way to end this
Yeah.
uplifting episode.
Really,
As
though.
a man witnessing hundreds
Yeah.
of fiery deaths.
Nothing says spooky like a live,
Like the Hindenburg.
live death experience.
And just like that, this is another Nazi episode on the books.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you so much.
Boom.
Oh, there it is. You have the Patreon open. Yay,
Oh,
nay.
fuck.
Thank you, Dark Runner, Casey McFacey, Haley, Nordic
Nordic
Thunder,
Thunder.
and
Come on, Sweet Tea.
God, yeah, whatever Sweet Tea is.
Whatever Sweet Tea's name is.
So, big shout out to you guys. If you guys are ever interested in our Patreon, we do just a little sideshow Bob. It's called
Sloppy Seconds. Which is SS.
Yeah, fuck off.
Completely separate from the Schutzstaffel.
Yeah. So,
Once again, Nazis.
by all means, check it out. Find us on Instagram and Twitter at PointsOPressure. Lacey, thank you so much for coming in. We're gonna have you every fucking Halloween. It doesn't even matter. It's
Thanks for
just
You better have
having me.
horrific
It's a
things.
blast.
You better have more horrific things happen to you in your life between now and next year.
yeah.
Oh,
For the
I
next
will-
365 days, you better start attempting lucid dreaming. You better just be the most miserable human being, so we get good stories.
But
out
keep
of
a journal.
Let's just go straight to possession. How about that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We can do that. I don't have
Don't
to
worry,
that.
we'll just
do it for
handcuff you, tie you up with cable ties, and just pray the bat away.
No, we'll have Bubba get possessed. He'll be easier to hold down
Just
that-
and
nothing but
exercise.
stomach
Yeah,
growls
that
from
stomach has already got some demons in it. Oh, but thanks for tuning in, everybody, on the live stream.
It was
We
fun.
will be doing a live Christmas stream.
We said that last year, and we didn't.
We did.
We didn't do a live one.
We did a live
Oh, wait,
one
we
last
did.
year.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Jesus.
What's wrong with my
I
brain?
feel like I've had more to drink than you.
Oh.
You're fucked up. We will be doing a Christmas live stream once again. So, since you now can't spend the holidays with your loved ones, spend it with your two favorite people, D and AJ. We'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.